Australia's very own Nazis, the National Socialist Network, put on a display in Sydney yesterday. Let's check this out.
As we watch and waited till his billy while, you'll come a-waltzing Matilda with me.
Good evening. Neo-Nazis have used state parliament as their stage today to launch a bitter attack on Jewish groups. The Premier and Police Commissioner blindsided by the protest. Video tonight being analysed to decide if hate speech laws have been broken.
Outside State Parliament, almost 70 neo-Nazis from the White Australia group.
Bloody honour! Bloody honour!
Armed with a banner that reads "Abolish the Jewish lobby," and all of it approved by police.
The Jewish lobby is destroying our nation.
They claim the lobby is controlling the government and want hate speech laws abolished.
They bribe our politicians. They coerce our politicians.
It's obviously shameful that these people feel that they have the right to demonstrate in such a despicable, hateful way, spewing division and racism on the streets of Sydney.
The neo-Nazis applied to protest ahead of time, making clear their intention to rally against the Jewish lobby, and they were given the green light by police 10 days ago. Only the Commissioner and the Premier had no idea.
I take it very personally. There was a communication error within the police force for which I did not personally know that today's protest was taking place. Accordingly, I had not briefed the Minister of Police or government.
The group prides itself on exclusion, 3 months ago hijacking the March for Australia at Belmore Park.
Yeah, we're racist. Yeah, we're racist. All the men in our organisation are proud to be racist.
Are you neo-Nazis?
Yes.
Police are reviewing today's footage to discern whether any hate speech crimes were committed. The Premier also pointing to new legislation to stop it happening again.
You don't want to give these piss ants more oxygen. And I know that holding this media conference does exactly that, but the truth of the matter is I've decided that if you give them an inch, they'll take a mile.
The old saying, "May you live in interesting times," continues to be truer than ever. Who'd have thought? Australian Nazis. Gosh, if you'd have asked me that 10 years ago, I would have said not a fucking chance. But here we are. Australia's very own version of the Nazis. The National Socialist Network. And you've probably heard that name floating around a bit over the last few months because gosh knows it's been getting some traction, especially with the March for Australia events happening in all these cities around Australia, of which I am fortunate enough to have been a part of. I'm definitely not a part of the NSN though. Why are we having an NSN problem? Why are the Nazis doing things like putting up a banner saying ban the Jewish lobby? It seems really strange to me. I don't have a problem with calling out foreign influence in Australia. It definitely should be called out. There is way too much foreign influence tapping into our well of prosperity here and sucking us dry. Australia is becoming a much more fractious and divided society because of that foreign influence. The problem that we've got here though with the NSN is that state governments, as you saw in that news story there, will use these events to push through more legislation to impede on our freedoms. So every time these guys do one of those events, we end up copping it in the neck with our civil liberties in Australia. And I have a significant problem with that. The NSN serve a purpose. They're not my monkeys, not my circus, but they definitely have a place in Australia because right now they're copping all the heat for being the extreme right-wing fringe instead of us that are right of centre being considered the right wing. But hey, let's face it, anyone who's in charge of this country right now thinks that anybody to the right of them is a fucking right-wing extremist. I think the Nazis are batshit crazy. I think the NSN completely overplay their hand every time, and I don't think they're actually helping the situation here at all. I take on board that they are taking hits for the conservative movement in Australia, but they fucking hate the conservative movement. They hate anyone who is left of them. But if you punch right, if you have a go at them, if I have a go at them, they will fucking pile on. Absolutely fucking pile on. Out come the anonymous accounts. Fucking threat, violence, destroy your life. Fucking rabid dogs. Yes, rabid dogs. You fucking know who you are, cunt. So I know you watch my shit. What I'm saying here is, I don't understand what you're trying to achieve. You want a white ethno-state. You want to make Australia more white than any other country around the world. You think that there's historical precedence for it. And I understand that you think the brown dudes stole all your opportunity. The brown dudes didn't steal your opportunity. The fucking government stole your opportunity. The blob stole your opportunity. And you go, oh, but that brown guy's got a fucking house and I don't have a house. Well, that's because the brown guy fucking was brought in here by the blob to take your fucking house. Anyway, it's fucking not rocket science. It's not the brown dude's fault. It's the government that let them in here and sold them the same fucking shitty dream that they told you when you were growing up that you'd have one day too. Look, your situation isn't going to improve by pulling shit like this. And why did you write ban Jewish lobbying? Like, you could have just written Israeli, because then it doesn't sound like you're a bunch of fucking bigots. When you're racists, not bigots. Well, maybe you are bigots too, I guess. Are you Nazis? Yes. And I mean, you admit that. You're happy to fucking admit that you are Nazis. What do I think you should do? Well, you don't really care what I think you should do. What am I doing up here in Queensland with the march, Australia Marches, our own organisation, which is completely fucking separate to you guys for a reason? Because you're fucking retarded. You're fucking retarded. Have a look at you lot. I mean, you act like a bunch of fucking 12-year-olds. Are there any guys in that fucking group of 70 that were outside Parliament House in New South Wales yesterday that have done any military service? Are there any? Please, a full 4 years at fucking least, not some fucking 3-week chalk. The problem is I can't find a single military veteran in this country that agrees with what you guys are doing. When I think about the Australia First Patriots movement, I think about guys that have this country's fucking welfare at heart. And they don't want to cosplay fucking Nazi shit. And not only that, but all you fucking edgelords out there as well that think that, flirting with these Nazis is cool and it makes you a fucking nationalist, you're a fucking retard too. You guys like to fucking hang on that edge and make yourselves feel intellectually fucking elite to everybody else by sprouting your fucking white Australia memes. You actually look like a bunch of fucking spastics to the rest of the country, and you will never have any place in the conversation about the direction of this joint because no one's going to take you fucking seriously. You think you're going to charge your way through it. Just like before August 31 in Brisbane, when you fucking edgelord Nazis were sending us fucking messages in Brisbane telling us that you were going to take the stage and you were going to demand to speak. Well, what do we do with you then? What do we do with you then? Same thing we did with you afterwards. Called you a bunch of pussies and told you all to go fuck yourselves. And I stand by that. You can all go fuck yourselves. Queensland will never be a Nazi state. You can do everything you can to try and ruin it here, just like you're ruining New South Wales. And you can placate and be placated by the organisers in other states potentially, but we will never cop that shit here. Enjoy your fucking ASIO watch list. Enjoy it. Have fun. You can all hang out with Tom in jail.